Monster! Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. 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 Ain't no other king in this rap thing, they siblings. Nothing but my children. One shot, they disappearing. I'm in a city with a flag be getting thrown like it was past interference. Padlock around the building. Crash pulling up in a unmarked truck just to play freeze tag. With a boner pick like it was sea bass. So when I made it out, I made about 50K from a show. Trying to show niggas the ropes before they hung from a rope. I'm prophetic. They only talk about it, how I get it. Only good for saving face, seen the cosmetics. How many heads I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We up the plyometric. Nigga ran up out of luck soon as I up the highest metric. The city just made it sweet, you could diabetic. They mouth get full of deceit, let these cowards tell it. Walk in New Orleans with the etiquette of LA yelling Monster! Oh man. Niggas acting bad, but somebody gotta do it. Got my foot up on the gas, but somebody gotta do it. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off. Turn his TV off, turn his TV off.
Shit get crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. 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 Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
Your court television news starting now.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a breaking news edition. What's so breaking? Well, obviously, Dobby thought it was breaking because he's barking. Anyways, welcome to a Sunday night breaking news edition here on the NJCourts TV news channel. I will be your host this evening. I go by NJ, just in case you forgot. But welcome to all the new people here in chat. Welcome to the OGs. Welcome to my mods. Welcome to my friends. Welcome to my haters. As a matter of fact, let's give it a minute or two to let the notification go out. And while I'm waiting for that, I want to say a big thank you to everybody joining in the chat. So let's start from the top. Hold on here. Let me scroll up here on my monitor. So we had Good Gravy in the chat. Thank you for coming in first, and good to see you. We have Rob Ohio. What's up, man? Martha, man, good to see you. What up, Roofer? Ayo, welcome to one of the mods of the mod squad. What up, OG Boston Sean? Dude, that sounds so different. Oh, I think it's because, did you have the Boston in before? I thought it was OG Sean White or something like that. But what's up, brother? I don't know why your name just threw me off for some reason. I don't know if you switched it up or something, or maybe it's just I got a little too high earlier. But either way, thank you for being here, and thank you for being a member of the jury, as always. I see you got the OG tag along with Roofer. Definitely got some OGs in the chat. What's up, SC? What up, Johnny Donuts? Welcome to the rest of the members of the jury that are in the chat that may be just watching and not chatting. And welcome to those that just like to listen and don't chat at all. So I appreciate everybody. All right, so let's get to it. Basically, I have sentencing information on the three individuals, technically, that you saw in the title of the thumbnail. So we'll start with Scribbles and Fam. And then, actually, you know what? Let's knock out old Skiwee just to get that out of the way, because I know a lot of you that come to chat at the beginning are here for that. And then we'll move over to Scribbles and Wife. I call them Scribbles and Fam. But, yeah, let's do that. If we have time or if I'm feeling it, I may share a video having to do with the whole Blade situation. Not necessarily what's going on with his court situation, which is what I've been covering. And hence why I'm kind of still, I don't know if I'll be in the mood to just show a video that just basically shows his downfall that most people already know is going on. And a lot of clippers have been clipping it. But there was just a part that struck me and was really just fucking sad and depressing to watch. And I may share that with you. Maybe not. Maybe if we're in a good mood, I don't want to leave you guys on a bad note. But either way, we've got a decent show. I think it's going to be great, but, you know, I like to just kind of be real and say it's decent. You know, we always have a hiccup or two on these shows. Actually, if you notice, I got the whole flip-flop thing. I had my screen cam, or like basically what the camera sees was flopped over. And so I was able to flip it back over. If you guys didn't notice. I'm sure a lot of people don't give a shit, but just in case you did. All right, let's get started. Let's give me a second. I'm going to share this screen with you guys. And, of course, all this is public information. You can find this on your own. What up, everybody coming in? Why is my not? Oh, shit. I'm not at the bottom of my screen here. Sorry, I missed a bunch of people. My bad. It was OG Sean White. Okay, see, I knew it. I knew I wasn't fucking going crazy. What up, Tech One? What up, Trevor Leahy? What up, Dobby Sue? Long time no see. The Loser O. What up, boy? What up, my dude? Good to see you in chat. We have Big Hang Low. We have, hold on. Ace Larson ZZ. Welcome. And I know, Tech. I know he's your favorite. I'm still surprised you haven't bailed the guy out, for God's sake, man. Jesus. Do you and the three angels a favor, my man. Anyways. Yeah, that's why I do it for you guys. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate the star. Hold on. God damn it. Here, I'm going to put this on. Let me put my little thing here on my phone to where I just see, like, let's see here. I think fan funding. Hey, yeah. So one, I want to say, see, now I can see all, like, the kind of, like, if people donate, who's been a member. So one, welcome member of the jury, OG Boston Sean. Roofer is celebrating 40 months. So what is that divided into? 8 more months would be fucking 4 years, my man. Dude, thank you for being there. Definitely an OG. And then Marfin Man just sent a star for 2 jewels. Thank you so much. See, now I can see it. I'm going to see that on my phone. So if you sent something and I missed in the past, I apologize. I now got on the lockdown now. So I can see it on my phone, and then I can see the regular chat on my computer screen here. All right, cool. So let's get old Skiwi out the way, because that shit just gets annoying after a while, just repeating the same shit. So no offense if I don't seem too excited to report on any of this news tonight, because honestly, I love you guys, but I'm it's doing this almost now over 4 years. Everything is just repetitive, the same shit, same fucking retards getting in trouble, and I use that word loosely. Don't get offended. Turn mic up, gain a bit. Yeah, we can do that. Let's get everything going good here. Let's see if it's not already up, because it could possibly be. So hold on. Give me a second. Oh, well, I'll tell you what. The dude is probably fucking, I don't know at this. I've never been in jail. So, I mean, I've had like one of those like where they put you in the little like, what was it? I had a party once and they gave me which I don't even know why they even threw me in jail for. It was probably one of those things where they could just write you a ticket. But the cops were pissed because we basically had their girlfriends over at my party and they were not happy about that. And so basically I went to jail for, what the fuck was it? It was basically a noise ordinance. It was having whatever the fuck. I don't even know how they even have it labeled in the fucking law. But, yeah, so I was out like in a jiffy. So I can't say, for a fact how it feels to be over a month in a facility like that. I don't know if this is at the point where it's just sucking really bad. Or is he eating honey buns every day and probably eating better than he was when he was on the streets or whatever, wherever the crack shacks he was hanging out? You know what I mean? Courtesy of the taxpayers of Oklahoma State. So, is he fat? Is he ripped? Has he been doing those, like, what do they call them again? Hold on. Blurpees, right? Where you do the, that shit, that routine. Yeah, I think the commissary days are over, bro. I think all those little commissary honeys are blocked to that number, that jail number. No, I did not. I did give one of my cookies to the biggest guy there just to, kind of cover my security situation because I'm always, ahead of, you always got to think ahead, man. So I took care of that. Now, I don't know if no, I gave him a cookie. So that means he's my bitch. So never mind. I might have been the fucking pod. What do they call it? The podmaster. All right. That was just being funny. Let's get with the serious shit. So basically, Skimask or Skiwi, as I call him, he's gonna have he's not showing up in Tulsa inmate lookup. Well, he's in jail. Trust me. Well, let's double check. Maybe somebody bonded him out. He could have been bonded out. Maybe he did. Hold on. Either way, I don't think that was a good thing because this fucker's got a really busy end of August and beginning of September. About, I think, 3 or 4 court hearings I counted. And whoever bonded him out just basically signed his fucking warrant to a jail sentence for a couple of years the minute they pick him up, which, they'll do anyways at some point, especially for that, if he doesn't show up for his hearing for the felony. I mean, it don't even matter. If he don't show up for his hearing for the fucking sentence revocation, or now that he has a felony, they'll put out felony warrants, and they will go look for you on a felony warrant. They already have before. Okay, we got the fucking body cam footage, one of the 2 body cam footages that we feature here. Remember the one where they busted down his front door? They were serving a felony warrant then. So either way, if he's out, I think that's worse for him in his situation. I could care less. But you know what I mean? He's not. They didn't do him any good if they did. That's the stupidest thing you could have done, is bond this fucker like a week out before his 3 biggest hearings. But hey, man. But you know what? I don't think so, because I didn't see. Usually they'll have the bond information on the case info, and I didn't see any of that. So let me do a search here really quick, and then I'll confirm that. And then we'll move on. But welcome everybody coming in the chat. Yeah, and then the people that sign the bond will get fucked. They probably don't give a fuck. Look how many thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars by now, that people have given this dumb shit for lawyers to go get another car, to go help, his family out, put a door on that house that got kicked down. None of it ever happened. Let me see. I'm looking up now. Let me look it up. So, let's see. According to Vinelink, he's still in jail. What's up, Names Mimi? Let's see here. I mean, fuck, if you're going to bond the fucker out, bond him when he got booked into jail. Holy, if that's really the case, I've officially, I mean, I've already confirmed there are stupid people in this world, but holy moly. Ooh, hold on, let's see recent releases. There he shows up here. Hold on. I hit all, and it showed up. Oh, because that's under recent. Now it's under all. Hold on. I found him. He's still in jail. Watch, let me show you guys just so I can show you. It's weird because when you did, let me show you how I found it. When you just do a name search, it didn't pull it up under recent. So then I clicked the all tab, and it came up. So, yeah, no, he's still there. Whoa, shit! Holy fuck! Oh, my God. Yeah, ain't nobody getting this motherfucker out of jail. Let me show you what they did because of his application to revoke. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I'm reading that right. Holy shit. Look at this. Look at this. It's getting a little dark in here. If it starts looking shitty, my bad. I didn't set up my little whatever they call those little fucking studio lights. Hey, what happened to my little guys? Okay, there they are. Oh, yeah, hold on. Audio. I'm kind of yelling louder right now. I'm getting a little distracted. Dude, I got to show you this shit. Do not go anywhere really quick. Hold on. Holy moly. Okay, so where's my audio thing? But I hope you guys are having a good weekend. On another note, we've got some good content or IRL streams coming up soon. Zozobra will be on Labor Day weekend. So I'm going to try to hit up Zozobra, which is a Friday. And then Saturday, the next day, I'm going to go to the Hatch Chili Festival. So I'm going to attempt to stream 2 big events for you back to back. We'll for sure be at Zozobra because that's just a thing now. You know what I mean? I kind of have like a little local following from Santa Fe that watches now. And I might actually find there's actually another person that streams just Zozobra as well, I guess, that's reached out to me about other things. Not necessarily to collaborate, but I might reach out to them and see if they want to do like a collaboration stream or something, make it a little funner. But hold on, let me see if I can put my... All right, how about now? This should be a lot better. Test, 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 test. How's that? Hey, you've tried the Hatch Chili Tech one? That's good. At least you've tried the real version. I figured you'd be like, we got it from Colorado. That's the better chili, NJ. I've streamed it once before. That's where I rode my first one of those what do they call them? Robotic bulls. They call them a different thing, but mechanical bull, excuse me. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I had a good time. They have like a parade. I think they had like they had a few different contests, which I was trying to kind of stream a lot of different stuff at the time, but maybe we'll jump in on one of those contests. That'll be kind of fun. All right. So anyways, let's get back on topic. Yeah, you're right. I don't want to stray. But how's the audio sound? Good? What's up, Cruel Device? All right. Welcome, everybody coming in chat. Hell yeah. I got like 78, 80 people, man. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your support. But yeah, we got a lot of fun stuff coming up, man. And it's only going to get better because then in October, like early to mid-October is when I'm planning on leaving for the East Coast road trip. So I'm going to be going to Chicago, Philadelphia, Boston, New York City, head up even further north. We're going to go to New Hampshire area, Connecticut, some other big cities too, possibly. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, back to the shit. Okay, so what was I looking at? Oh, yeah. I wanted to show you this. We're just checking on the audio. All right, let's jump over here. I don't know what to do if I should let me just take my whole thing off here. It's just easier for you guys to read. Except I got to do this first. There we go. All right, so there we go. All right, so what you're looking at is the booking information for Skimask Andy. Now, some of you that have been following this kind of past few streams we've done on this individual, you may say, hey, we've already seen this. I know. And we were actually just doing this just to confirm the fact that he was still in jail. But I want you to look towards the center here. I'm highlighting it now. Look what they added to his already, well, at the time it was about, I think, an $1,100 or $11,000 bond. Obviously, if you find a bonding agent, if they can find somebody that'll bond him out, because he's got a terrible history of bailing out on his bonds. We know that, okay? Hey, I'll definitely stop in Connecticut for sure. I have family there, so I'm planning on staying there for like maybe a week or two. That'll probably be the longest stay I do on the trip in one area will be in Connecticut. This sounds crazy and I'm still planning the logistics, but I'm planning on just making New York City like my home base for the whole fucking month. Rent some cheap, I know, and I'm not going to obviously tell you my secret because I already got one. I know there is a place that exists where I could basically get a pretty decent rate for a hotel room and just fucking take trains and everywhere from just New York City, go hang out for a day to wherever I want to go, come back to New York City if I want to come home for the night, you know what I mean? But at least I have a place to charge my shit, hang out. But instead of, going to different places and stuff and staying there, I think it's just easier to have a home base and just take off from there. But either way, we'll see. I like New York City. I had a great time when I was there. All right, but I'm looking forward to checking out the East Coast because other than just New York City and New Jersey, I haven't seen any other places on that side. The Mole Mansion. Well, you know what? I almost feel that if I'm going to be back in New York City again, which I'm going to stay a few nights there and check it out more. I think the last time when I took you guys there, we just had a chance to see, because I was there quick, remember, for the control of court case. So I arrived in New Jersey. That's where the hearing was. And then obviously I just jumped on the train from New Jersey and headed over to the city. And then I stayed one night in the city, so I had the day to hang out. I think I took you guys to Statue of Liberty. The place I was staying at was in Manhattan, so we went to Central Park, which was fun. Just kind of. Oh, we went to Trump Tower. I even took you. Remember they were doing all the fucking protests at the Trump Tower? We went there to check out the protests, and it was just one lady yelling. And then we went inside the fucking tower, which I didn't even think they were gonna let my fucking homeless looking ass in. And that was a good trip. Well, I'll have to DM him. I'll tell him that I'm coming to do a piece on New York City, and I'd like a stay at the finest hotel that New York City has to offer. What up, Yubnub? Yeah, something like that. I don't. Here's the thing with Mole Mansion, man. I'll stay if they invite me. If they allow me to stay one night as a guest, I'll do it just for to do some streaming content. I'm down. I want to meet all the New York streamers, so. Hopefully I can figure out a way to reach out to them. If you guys speak to any of them, let them know that I'll be headed over there if they're interested in collabing. Some of them might not even know who the fuck I am or even care, but it'd be fun. It's always fun to get a little group of streamers running around. So yeah, did you guys see what happened to his bond amount? What changed? They threw not only on one of the charges, so he had two. Oh yeah, so let me just let me just show you how fucking stupid this now starts to get, okay? So for the case where he had like 3 charges that he, obviously they sentenced him to, basically dismissed his time in jail, okay? They gave him a deferred sentence, basically. So instead of sentencing him to, I basically think it calculated to almost 2 years of jail, they deferred that, just gave him a bunch of fines and costs and fees that he'll never pay. But the thing that was going to fuck him up, and he knew it, they put him on probation. They told him you had to be in to take a wee test in 45 days, and you got to show up for it's a BIP review, which is like, man, what does BIP stand for? I've already said it before. Oh, man. Damn it, I don't even want to waste time looking up, but not important, okay? He didn't show up. So then they issued out a warrant for his arrest. But they didn't even get him on the warrant for his arrest. He got himself in some more trouble, picked up 3 more charges, 3 or 4 more charges, 3 more charges, but they're now taking the court for 4 charges. One of them, I think, stemmed from a previous case that they just, for whatever reason, didn't file that charge, but now they are. Okay, so now he's facing 4 new charges, one of them being a felony. That is what now caused the revocation of this deferred sentence, okay? So unless they're going to give him another Hail Mary, which I don't see it. I think they've given this guy way too many passes already, but I think he's finally reached the end, okay? But here's where I'm going with this. For the one case that had 3 charges, the one that they're going to revoke his sentence, they added a $1,000 amount to his bail. That ain't shit. Yeah, you got it, Dobby Sue. But get this. To the felony case, this is the previous one, not the new one he's got. The new one he's got is a felony because it's an aggravated assault and battery. And I think they even said domestic on that, okay? If I read it right. And being that he's already got a previous conviction for an assault and battery, and one of the other new 3 charges is, in addition to aggravated assault, he's got another just regular assault and battery, which is a misdemeanor. He's got the meth charge and then possession of weed charge. So, what? 1 felony and 1 felony and 2 misdemeanor. 4. And then he's got dude, it's gotten ridiculous. But either way, for the one charge that he was sentenced to, which was his previous felony, which was him bringing weed into a jail. And think about this, because the other day I was joking around, making jokes that he had a, this. But then I finally got one of those. I bought one of those like little single fancy joints that come in those little like cigar tubes. And I said, holy shit. That's exactly how he probably brought that in. Which I don't think that's a problem. I mean, my butthole would hurt if I try to put that in because it's a virgin butthole. But for those of you that still denying the fact that Skimask makes his crack money on Grindr, and, well, he's got a loosey-goosey back there. I'll just put it this way. I'm not going to show the proof, but if you didn't believe me on the meth and now it's obvious it's true, I think you should probably believe me when I say it was probably that thing probably when they made him squat just slipped out is what probably gave it to him then. Anyways, yeah, it gets serious, man. What up, Curtis? What up, people coming in? John Jacobs, see some new names. But anyways, but the point I'm trying to make is this, and then we're going to move on. Oh, actually, we got to finish up a little bit more things. The point I'm going to try to make is this. Just for that stupid shit of trying to sneak a fucking joint or whatever the fuck you were trying to sneak in, okay, you didn't even get it in the jail. They now, not only are they going to revoke that, one, you got a felony for it. You had to plead guilty for a felony. That's crazy. And especially in a state where weed's legal. Well, I think legal to possess, and you can buy if you're got a medical license. I don't think it's recreational yet, but you get my point, right? But because you brought it into jail, it made it a felony. And now you're going to get jail time because you failed to meet the probation that you were given on that felony. And then worst of all, maybe you were starting to come around to one of these little ski angels and they were like, you know what? I get my Social Security check next month. I rent's $1,500, but, and it's only, $1,000. I only get 2,000 ski masks, but I'll send you the 1,000 to get you out. If they were even thinking about it, that's changed now. But because of that felony that he got for sneaking in up his, they added a $100,000 bond bail amount. Yes, you heard that right. $100,000. Meaning his total bail is just like Dobby Sue said, $112K, which means you got to come up with $11,200. And guess what? If you even bond him out because you're some fucking crazy nut that even had the $11,200, you can kiss that goodbye because you'll never see it again. That's the 10% to get him out, okay? And guess what? If he doesn't show up to court, you're now going to be liable for the difference between $112,000 and the $11,000 that you put because the bonding agent ain't going to be fucking around looking for Skimask. They're going to come to you first and hassle you first to go get Skimask to go turn himself in. So, hopefully it does. I hope jail does save his life. Maybe maybe having all that time, he'll be able to reflect on a lot of things. Maybe even give him a chance to even start to become a father at some point, because I think a lot of people have forgot this guy, is the other half of a child that he's never acknowledged. As a matter of fact, acknowledged a few times when it was for money, and then the rest of the time said a lot of bad things about the mother of his child and his own child. So maybe he'll have time to reflect and realize that he's a motherfucking father, okay, and that he needs to change his way, So that's all. That's all you can hope for. And like I said, I hope that for everybody that goes through this system, because, I think it's crazy that people, things happen, we get ourselves in trouble. But the fact that if you don't learn from the first time, that means that you knew better. And then I don't have sympathy and compassion anymore. You know what I mean? And repeat offenders, I'm not a big fan of, because they cost the taxpayers a lot of money. They cause a lot of bad things as far as with the public and the crimes that they commit. And there's been a lot of instances and cases where you've had repeat offenders that are on like some fucking, even an ankle monitor or whatever fucking reason. The judge puts them back out into the public, and then these people go and kill somebody. Okay? That's the worst. But all I can hope is that these people get some help. Okay? All right. So anyways, so he's waiting on getting sentenced. All right, so just to kind of wrap this up on the Skimask bullshit, he's got a court hearing coming up tomorrow, August 24th. He's got one September 1st, and he's got one on September 3rd. Basically, September 3rd, I think, is when we'll probably find out what the sentence is going to be on the 2 cases that they put in the application to revoke his sentence. They did put those 2 cases, the 2 cases with the application to revoke, they did group it together with, I think, his new charges. So it's just, at this point, it's just like a mess to me, because I've never seen somebody with so many different fucking cases going on at one time. So basically, forgive me for not giving you more detailed information. He has not been sentenced yet, so we'll just start with that. But I couldn't even tell you. I would think September 3rd we'll find out more or less on the application to revoke if he gets sentenced. But as far as the new charges, including the felony, I would probably say it's going to go on until like probably late September until they sentence him on those charges. Or maybe they get it over with on September 3rd. I would. I mean, if he's going to still plead not guilty and want to go to a jury trial, well, they're going to have to schedule that. But I don't even know if they're even going to give him a plea deal. I don't know. We'll find out probably by the 3rd. But yeah, he's definitely going to do a couple of years. That's what I think. I think so. I definitely think he's going to do a couple. I mean, at least for the. I mean, between the two sentences that they deferred that now they've revoked, and the fact that he's now a repeat assault and battery offender, and then now picked up an aggravated. I think that already comes with probably a fucking, there ain't no even ifs, ands, or buts, a mandatory sentence at that point. So. Yeah, I know, and that's what they always do. They always do concurrent sentences. That's like I said, most likely he'll probably just spend 2 years at the max, and if he does his little good time or goes work at the kitchen like he did last time, he'll get out in half of that, so it's up to him. All right. Hey, you can jump up in their chat and talk shit, all right? I'm not going to ban nobody, but just cool the shit with talking shit to each other. Y'all can go in each other's fucking live streams and talk shit. If you want to talk shit about the people we're covering, go ahead and do that. But I don't even allow my chat to even talk shit to the little fucking IP2 faggots that are on here. So you can't say that I'm not fair for everybody. What up, Baseline? All right. No. Good gravy. There's definitely deets. It's not just because OnlyFans. Oh, trust me. All right. Yeah, well, you've seen here's the thing. You know what's going to get him in trouble in jail, right? That's why he's scared to go to fucking jail. Or I guess at that point when they sentence you to go to prison, right? You go to the state prison. All right. Here's what's gonna why he probably will never go into a fucking population. This guy, when he was trying to be a pretend little gangster back in his days, he convinced himself to get the biggest fucking shittiest, mind you, tattoos of what are supposed to be 2 handguns on his chest. Okay. So what do you think you go into a prison with 2 big handguns on your chest are putting out, right? That you're clicked in, especially if you're white. That says you're a white, right? You're a white, whatever they call them, the whites. You're probably the whites, boy. Especially because he's balding, so he's going to have to shave his head. So he's going to be a little white boy with a shaved head and 2 big old fucking handgun tattoos on his chest. Yes, I am, Yubnub. I'm referring to Anonymous. Oh, man. Yeah, that's why I don't give those 2 people coverage anymore. The Peckerwoods, there you go. And I have a feeling since the goose is already loose, that homie's gonna be on the honey bun crew. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean. Yeah, you can't be. I hope to God that they do put him in a motherfucking in the little cuckoo bin, like whatever he does. You know what I mean? He does the same little routine. You know, oh, I'm gonna get myself, and okay, we put you in the cuckoo bin by yourself. And I think at this point, as much as he liked to go, and I'm sure they give you an hour to get out and whatever, but I think for his own safety, homeboy don't want to be, as much as it's probably gonna suck. Homeboy's gonna want to stay in the little isolation cell as long as he can. Anyways, yeah, so he probably by September 4th will have more information. And once I have the sentencing information, I'm done. There is no more. One, I mean, the guy will probably be in jail, but even if they released him in 2 months and he went, I don't give a fuck anymore. Like I said, as the only reason, and you know what, and this is a good segue into the Scribbles sentencing information, which I do have sentencing information. All right, so this is a good segue into that because here's the thing. All right, I said I think last show that I wasn't even going to give those people any coverage. Well, I apologize because I also said that I was going to go ahead and finish up the coverage on all the individuals that I started court coverage on, and that has been a case that we've been following for like over a year now. So I was thinking, I said, you know what, fuck it, it's done. The case is done and over with. You know, because I'm not going to keep going on here and going, oh, this is what happened. They just did another, request to extend their case onto the next arraignment. Another request to extend, which is basically what happened for a fucking year. Okay? We've seen this pattern with all these people, okay? So anyways, the case is done. So I'm going to give you the sentencing information. But basically, that's my apology. So for those of you that might have been following this case and said, well, shit, that don't make sense. Motherfucker just said he's going to finish up all the case he started. I had forgotten. So I'm going to finish this one, and then we're done with that yahoo. I won't even say anything. I'm not going to say yahoos because basically we're just talking about one yahoo at this point. That involved another person that probably shouldn't have been involved, but they made the choice. So anyways, okay. So let's go ahead and segue into that information. Who do you want to start with first? Let's start with those Scribbles. Did I lose all my information? Oh, no. Here it is. I thought I had it for both of them. Yeah, I did. I'll have to just type it in again, but I think this one is Scribbles. Let's see. Oh, no. That's his wife. Let's start. Give me a second. Put you on a 10-minute. All right, I asked somebody to be, to follow my rules in chat. They didn't, so you've been timed out. See, I could have just fucking banned you. That's what I usually do, but like I said, you'll just send you in a little corner like with a little dunce hat. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't give a fuck who y'all talk about. Just don't talk about each other in my chat. The chat to chat. I don't care if you guys talk shit about who I'm covering or you guys go in other people's chat and talk about that person, but like I said, I ask just for mutual respect amongst all the chatters to each other. Okay. So anyways, let me get out of here really quick. Actually, we'll just go over her sentencing shit while it's up, and then we'll jump over to Scribbles. Makes more sense. So this is Scribbles' wife, okay? So basically, her charges that she was facing originally, remember, they were felonies, okay? She had assault with a deadly weapon, non-firearm, assault with a deadly weapon by force to cause great bodily injury, and having a fire explosive. Three felony charges. No bueno. Okay? Now, they did reduce, I think I know for sure it's showing 2, but I'm pretty sure they reduced all of them. I think they just ended up charging her on 2 of the charges, and then they reduced them from felonies to misdemeanors. She did have to plead guilty. She pled guilty on August 10th, and then they were sentenced the same day. But let me tell you what Miss Scribbles is now facing. And I wanted to make this a reminder of just exactly how stupid this is, that both of these people, especially her, I kind of feel bad for her, okay? Oh, I know. This person, listen, when you have a name like Anonymous, that means you have like probably 30. I already know who that is, okay? And the reason they're not talking shit about me right now is because they know they'll get timed out right away. So trust me, I've been doing this so long where I don't get fucking fooled by anything. Unfortunately, Pinto and Pepita passed away. They're no longer here with us. Jumping Spiders males, which Pinto was, only have basically their lifespan is about a year. You know, you might get a little bit more than that. And with female Jumping Spiders, 2 years. So, yeah, I have them buried in my nice little planter that I have that Marfin Man actually gave me, growing some nice plants out of. So, but anyways, no, not really a slap on the wrist, man. I'll tell you this. I feel bad for her the most because she's not, I don't think she's, now she got herself involved. Okay, that's on her. 100%. Stupidest thing she could have done. But at the end of the day, I don't think she's, and again, I don't watch this fucker. I don't watch Scribbles. I don't know how involved. Maybe I got it wrong. But when the few times I did watch, because I was active, this was like when I was actively covering the case when they just got in trouble. It was basically just him on live streams, really. I've never saw her involved in them, okay? So and again, I don't know these people and I don't give a fuck. But I'm just telling you, I think it's the most stupidest shit that because this fucking retard Scribbles got hyped up by a bunch of fucking virgin IP2 faggots, like 10 of them. And now look what happened. The money that they had to spend going through this process, they're not going to get that bond money back. The percentage that they had to pay. Okay, that's gone. And get this shit. For her basically pleading guilty to those 2 misdemeanor charges. Let's see, let me go to the... Yeah, so it looks like they just went ahead and charged her. They went from 3 to 2 charges. Assault with a deadly weapon by force to cause great bodily injury and having a fire explosive. They reduced them both to misdemeanors. You see that here? I'm highlighting it here for you. Convicted. She pled guilty to both. And here's the sentencing information. So count 2, which was the assault with deadly weapon, non-firearm, or by force to cause great bodily injury. This is what happened. They imposed a probation, and that's going to be expires August of 2027. So she'll be on probation. And she's got to serve, let's see, 90 days in county jail. And this 90 days is going to be work release. Well, 89 days, because I think she spent one of them in jail. So, yeah, obey all laws. Here goes. The following terms and conditions are in effect. This is the probation summary. Obey all laws, ordinances, and court dates. Be committed to the custody of the Riverside County Sheriff for 90 days. 89 days to be served in the work release program. Pay victim restitution, amount to be determined by the probation department. Submit to immediate search of person, property, including all residence, premises, storage units, containers, and vehicles under your control by probation officer or law enforcement officer with or without cause. Search for the detection of, and do not relocate from the state of California for more than 45 consecutive days in any 12-month period without first contacting the probation department to determine whether you're subject to the Interstate Compact Act. And do not have any direct or indirect contact with the EE, which I'm going to guess is probably like the victims in this case. All right. Eric's mom gets paid, I think. I think this probably has to do for the mailbox. But maybe Eric gets paid. I don't know, man. Yeah, I would say so. I don't know her criminal history record. Maybe she doesn't have any, and that's why they went ahead and reduced them felonies down to misdemeanors. You know what I mean? I can't speak for the judge. I can't speak for the attorneys. Now, let's go ahead and check out old fuckfaces sentencing. Hold on. Let me pull it up here for a second. You guys know that the Blade's temporary caretaker, I believe, is now, it's been reported, is left. The 4-month curse of Blade, you know what I mean? Probably a good thing, too, because a lot of people that have gotten really close to Blade, unfortunately, aren't here anymore. R.I.P. to those people. And he seems to be very toxic to the few that do fucking worship him. And I don't think he helps any of those people in their lives, you know what I mean? I don't understand why anybody would even look up to him as some type of role model or, I want to be like Blade. But unfortunately, those that have are no longer here, man. That guy is nothing but a fucking... I don't even want to get there because it's... When you know what? We might even play the video because I might get there. But... he lost that caretaker, so I don't even know who's fucking watching his mom. And I watched a clip channel that clipped his last live stream or something. He was at some shitty motel with a little fucking nasty blanket behind him. And basically you can hear his mom that's probably laying like 5 feet from the fucking live stream of a bunch of speakers going off saying, Blade, your mom's a fucking stupid bitch. I hope she dies. Okay, $2, here's a shot. You know what I mean? So, and I gotta wonder that guy's probably milking some type of fucking caregiver money, and that's probably a reason why they got a lawyer. Just again, these are all allegations. These I can't confirm this, but probably a reason that they possibly got a lawyer, an actual paid lawyer, to basically represent him for a urination in public case, because maybe even having one misdemeanor on your record gets you in trouble with this caregiver program. I don't know. I don't even know if he's a caregiver or not, but you know what I mean? You can, silly Willy. It's sad, dude. It's so sad to know that lady can't even fucking die in peace, bro. She had to literally spend her years watching her son. I mean, the one clip channel I watched, and we might watch it together, it literally shows a clip of him with his mom on Mother's Day I'm talking young Blade. He looked healthy, looked good. I mean, I don't know if at that time he was doing the heavy drinking streams, you know what I mean? But just the relationship looked like it was a good one between them. And then now you fast forward, it's like, holy shit, man. And I don't know what the fuck is going on, man. The guy's an adult. I don't know why he's dragged his mom into his world. You know what I mean? And now he's fucking it up for her. She was at a nice little facility, and now she's fucking bouncing around from Motel 6s to Motel 6s, hoping that they don't get fucking swatted for the night because Blade gets drunk, goes outside to smoke a cigarette, doxes the room, and that's what his viewers do. I mean, basically, he's a lolcow that people watch just waiting to find out if he's going to piss himself, get arrested, or dox the locations he's at so they can start calling the motel and harassing him and his mom. All for what? Probably less than what a minimum wage worker makes for a day. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of wicked people, bro. This channel's covering. That's why I'm staying away from that shit anymore, because it turns me into a wicked person. I want to do wicked things to these wicked people, in entertainment world. But anyways, yeah, definitely playing the victim mentality, 100%. But let me finish up bringing the sentencing information for old dipshit here. Oh, here it is. Yes, thank you. If you guys are enjoying today's stream, it's always free to give a thumbs up. If you're really enjoying the stream and you can spare a little change this month, I am going to be e-begging because I've got a lot of live streams coming up that cost el dinero. Plus, this trip to the East Coast is going to be a little, you know how it is. It's fucking the East Coast, you know what I mean? But yeah, anything would be appreciated. Not required to have fun here, as you obviously know. You know what I mean? You mean when they were laundering money through his streams, Mr. Hotro Man? Yeah, I remember those big old $500 donos back in the Captain Content days when they were getting those big old crazy donations. Yeah. Let's see here. And then the guy is a fucking gambling addict. That's where all his money went. Even when he was making his money. I'm not going to talk shit. There was a time when Blade was a fucking top streamer. He knew the right people. He honestly could have made a career on Kick with all these other fuckers. You know what I mean? If he just done the right thing. But that guy didn't save a penny of the money he made because it all went to alcohol and gambling. And now he's just basically leeching off of the state of Washington and his mom. Where's it coming to, man? Meow Wolf's fucking going everywhere, bro. I remember when it was just a little Santa Fe cool-ass hippie spot museum. They got Meow Wolf now in Las Vegas. I think New York City now is a new one that's coming up. I think they've got one in Hollywood or somewhere in L.A. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, no, it was good. I did watch the Fuji stream. That was fucking. I will say, I've been enjoying a few of the Kick streams. I'm not gonna lie. I think a lot of his leeches are non-tent, but Isis still got it, bro. He's basically figured out a way now to just let the leeches make the content for him, which is funny because I don't even know if they get any viewers really. They probably do. But basically, he's the one getting the donations. Everybody's watching his stream to watch the leeches, you know what I mean? Which is basically how he started, but I think now he's mastered it. $3 every second, man. Holy shit. You guys are fucking retarded, dude. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, dude, if you ever get a chance to go into a Meow Wolf, I would 120% tell you to go. All right, so hold on. Damn, we're getting all fucking sidetracked here. All right, here we go. Hold on. Let me get you some more information on old, what's his face? Scribbles, Wibbles. Oh, yeah. I gotta do this. Man, I hate these captcha questions things, dude. These are so fucking stupid. Excuse me. What the fuck? Oh, dash. I know what I'm doing wrong. Oh, get this shit, man. You remember I showed you guys those, like, they're selling these, like, cigarette packs now of joints? These little dog walkers. You basically get 20 of them. Bro, I found now they sell them in bottles, and you can get up to 40, which I think I told you guys. But I found one that comes with 35 or 25. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of nice having that many little J's just ready to go. You don't have to fucking fuck with it. All right, it's pulling up. Give me a second. It's being slow. Okay, here we go. All right, so let me share this screen with you guys. Let me get my face off of here. All right, so this is Scribbles' case information. So just to remind you what charges he was facing originally, it was 3 or 4 charges, I think. Let me just read what they have. And, of course, all these changed, okay, because I think they just charged them. They ended up just charging him on 3, and then they reduced him to misdemeanors as well, just like his wife. So basically, he was facing criminal threats, criminal threats, death / great bodily PC heavy fire explosive, and PC vandalism. Okay? So let's go down to what actually happened. Let's go down to here. So they ended up, they actually charged him with 3 charges. Criminal threats, the having a fire explosive, and the vandalism. So all 3 were reduced from felonies to misdemeanors. He was pled guilty and convicted of them. And here's the following things he has to obey. He's on probation up until the August 10th of 2027. 1-year probation, it looks like. Obey all ordinances, court orders. Same thing that his wife had, except this dum-dum has to serve 178 days in the work release program. And let me just remind you, half gram pre-rolls. Yeah, and I like them because, I don't know, maybe I'm getting older, but, dude, even just the half grams get me fucked up, dude. I can't even, and it's perfect time, especially because I go outside and there's mosquitoes and shit right now, because in the summertime we get a lot of mosquitoes, okay? And I don't like being outside, so the little half grammer is like perfect amount. That's why they call them dog walkers, like technically like the perfect, amount to go walk your dog and chill. But anyways, so here's how work release works, right? Let's just give you an example. Say I'm a Monday through Friday-er, right? I work Monday through Friday, and I'm off on Saturday and Sunday. Well, most of the times I'd be enjoying my motherfucking weekend off, right? Goddamn, work 5 days, got the weekend off, hell yeah. Well, that changes when you're on a work release program. So what that means is when it comes Saturday, Sunday, or say whenever it's your days off, I'm just assuming most people have 5 days on, 2 days off, but it can be different, okay? But basically it equals to on your days off, instead of enjoying them like you should, you have to check yourself into the jail. And then they check you out after those days off, and then you go back to work. And then your next days off, you check back in jail, spend whatever it is, a day, 2, 3 days off, as many as you can, and then you go back to work. You have to do that until you have completed what, in this case, 178 days. Okay? His wife, 89 days. Roofer, let me ask you, if you had the option, because obviously, if you have a good job, you want to keep it, right? You're a fucking employer, unless you got a cool employer. They're not going to let you think, I need to take 90 days off, right, straight. But let me ask you this. If you weren't working, and they still gave you that option for whatever reason, would you have rather done, in this case, 180 days straight, or 180 days doing the work release program? I wouldn't doubt if he probably would stream it if he could. That's what I'm telling you. These people are sociopaths, man. They don't learn from shit. They know they're doing wrong. They just still do it anyways because, like I said, there's tension seekers, man. They're narcissists and sociopaths. That's basically, if I could put, they said, describe in 2 words, 99% of the people you've covered in the last 4 years, which has been well over 20 individuals, all of them, all share the same 2 traits. They are narcissistical motherfuckers, and they're sociopaths. Straight, I figured, I've never been put in that situation, but I would rather motherfucking just get that shit over with, okay? Holy shit. That sounds worse than just a fucking straight sentence, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? That's whatever. Like I said, I'm not in. That's not my bind. I don't care less. I'm just here covering his court news. But let it. And like I said, if I could just speak on that, let it be a lesson type of route, pathway. I just want to say, let this be a lesson for those people that just. And again, I can't speak for those people. I don't know what they're thinking. It's you have freedom of speech. It's America. You do what you want according to some of the laws you got to follow, of course. But it is just so fucking crazy to me to see these people that never learn from this shit, right? That just will, I don't follow the guy. Probably between his sentencing, which was maybe a few weeks ago, if that, or a week ago, to now, the guy's probably been like, who knows? I would think it's crazy to even live stream at this point. But hey, it's your life, you know what I mean? But the point I'm trying to make is just remember what led to all of this, okay? For Scribbles and wife situation. Was this fucking idiot getting drunk, got hyped up by his chat of 5 to 10 people, IP2 little trans faggots, okay? Nothing against trans. I call them trans faggots because those, they hate tranny people, but yet they pretend that they're fucking them when they don't. They just get pictures sent from the dudes in India of, fake tranny pictures, and they, to them. All right. But anyways, you catch my point, okay? So 5 to 10 of these little losers got another loser hyped up to the point where he jumped in his car drunk, which fuck you, because you could have easily killed somebody. And then drag your fucking wife into it. For what? For what? Not even monetized, not an IRL streamer. Nobody knows who the fuck you are. Just a fucking leech that jumped on the fucking little bandwagon. You know what I mean? Tried to, like all the other ones. Okay? And this is it. At your age. And I'll tell you what. Those motherfuckers are lucky because, and that's like I said, could you imagine even living the way he was, still streaming, when you and your wife are facing fucking 3 felonies each? That could be really life-changing for a lot of people. And it was like nothing, right? Fuck it. They are lucky that those got reduced to misdemeanors. And even then, look what you're fucking having to do now. Jesus. You know what she should have done? Just grabbed the keys and chucked them. But you know what? Maybe, I don't know what happens in that household, and I can't speak on it because I don't, so I won't. You know what I mean? I don't know what would have happened in that situation with drunk Scribbles, the way he acts. But either way, that you know what? They gotten themselves into it. And here's the lesson learned, I hope. But anyways. Well, I think, you guys, let's see here. Let me see if I can find the clip really quick. We got time. We got time to play it. Let me go to YouTube. If I can find it. I'll play it a bit. I just want you to see the beginning. It's crazy. It like goes from it was like a perfect transition. I don't even remember. Obviously, I'm going to give them give their credit to the channel that clipped this, but it's not one of the usual channels that we usually go to for the clips. Let me just look it up this way. Hold on. We've already covered that. See, that's how much you don't even follow this channel, keeping it real. I've actually covered that case, and I've already told you what the outcome was. I covered all of that. I covered the Angie shit and still pulled up to go see the little brothers there. See, I don't have any... what I cover is business. My personal, I don't have personal. I could care less about all these people. You follow me? So I'll cover anybody. Not anymore now. So I'm not going to give people attention that don't need that. Like I said, I learned from doing this 4 years now. All these people are just the same. But don't come in trying to in my chat acting like, oh, you should now cover this side or this side, because I have. I've covered them both. You just don't come in here. You're just in here because you saw Scribbles. That's it. You don't come into my regular broadcasts. You can talk your shit, but don't talk shit that's incorrect. All right, let me find this here. All right. So it was.
Guys, and just prepare for the despair.
You can't donate to yourself. I've heard that before.
And I know it's
That's
the same
my mom.
person. Thank you.
This is Only Two Blaze Mom. And this is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, dear.
I love you.
I love you too. Anyway, this guy is the greatest guy in the world. He is genuine and a real sweetheart.
I love her. That's Mother's Day with Mama Blade.
We're only going to get that one, and then we're going. It's still early, dude. Jesus Christ, dude. What? No, that's not how that works. You can't turn off.
Oh, I know,
life.
I'm pulling it up now. Hold on.
You can't turn off life. I'm literally providing life for you.
I just want to remind you all that he's doing this for his mother, alright? Everything that he does out here, it's for his mom. It's not for his own self-gratification. It's not because he's in the...
Alright, so one, let me, I'm going to post the link to this person's clip channel. Shout out to the Saturated Content channel. I guess they're a pretty big clip channel. Got 125K subs. Alright, so let me share the clip link so you guys can check it out yourselves. Okay, and then let me get this off the screen. Start it from the beginning, get it on full screen for you guys. All right, here we go.
Mom, Mommy. Mom.
That's my mom. This is Only Two Blaze Mom. And this is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you, dear.
I love you.
I love you too. Anyway, this guy is the greatest guy in the world. He is genuine and a real sweetheart.
I love her. That's Mother's Day with Mama Blade.
We're only going to get that one, and then we're going. It's still early, dude. Jesus Christ, dude. What? No, that's not how that works. You can't turn off life. You can't turn off life. I'm literally providing life for you.
I just want to remind you all that he's doing this for his mother, alright? Everything that he does out here, it's for his mom. It's not for his own self-gratification. It's not because he's in this endless spiral into a abyss, into the deep end, aka buried 6 feet under. He somehow has reached this point where he is incessantly hotel hopping with his elderly mother, who is constantly going through different health problems, including having seizures, and he is forced, according to him, to live stream himself drinking in order to keep that possible. And it is just so bleak looking back at some of the content that's out there and just seeing who Blade used to be, how he used to behave, and that old clip with his mom just really strikes a dagger into your heart. Just like the reality of like looking back 15 years ago and being like, wow, you literally could not predict this outcome. There are, you know, the multiverse is
I'm going to fast forward here a bit.
I'm a fucking alcoholic piece of shit. I definitely fucking drink, dude. The amount of mattresses I've had to pay for, the amount of hangovers I've had.
This man has never paid for any of the mattresses and couches he's pissed on. Let's just get that straight.
To fucking deal with. It just doesn't make sense, dude.
He might have been able to finagle some sort of government subsidized housing in one way or another, but we're just gonna take this nice and slow. Take a deep breath, guys, and just prepare for the despair.
You can't donate to yourself. I've heard that before. There's no reason. Why would I donate? And that just doesn't make sense, dude. There's no benefit to fake donating. I am blessed enough that people literally donate money all the time when I stream. Make up your mind. Do I fake drink or am I a fucking alcoholic piece of shit? I definitely fucking drink, dude. The amount of mattresses I've had to pay for, the amount of hangovers I've had to fucking deal with. I mean, lately, all it's been has just been hotel hopping, dude, and I want to change that. I want to change that. I want to get my own place, and Jake can take care of my mom, and if we do something where if we travel and do like a Vegas trip, that's one thing, but for the most part, I'll do like KPP and kicks better, anymore. Especially for my health. But yeah, no, I take care of my mom full time. So does Jake.
The idea that this is taking care of his mother is just an absolute lie. Like, let's just face reality at this point. Before Blade showed up, right? I've been deep in the Blade lore for several years at this point, and basically leading up to him returning home, everybody was speculating, myself included, that he was going back to his mom, not because she couldn't find a good caregiver, not because, he was concerned about her health. In actuality, it seemed like he was just looking for a place to be able to stay at. And granted, for a year or so, he was pretty low-key chill, staying off, appearing to take care of his mother. And he claims she's this horrible person who just, pushes everybody away in their life. Meanwhile, before Blade came around, she lived in a care-assisted facility with her own apartment and her own necessary equipment in order to sustain a more comfortable lifestyle in her remaining years, including things like her wheelchair, pulleys to get out of bed, a specialized hospital type of bed. She had all these assets that, she could utilize for herself, and Blade comes and causes chaos, and now all of a sudden she is having health complications. She's in and out of a different hotel every single night, and all he can say is, well, I'm just trying to do it for her. Me and Jake are looking out for her. And, this whole situation is a little bit weird. It's a bit confusing because, to my knowledge, this particular room that they're in only has 2 beds, so how does the sleeping situation work out? We know that she doesn't have a specialized bed either at this point, so Jake's back there trying to make her as comfortable as possible, I suppose, and Blade's over here, he's working. He's working, guys, but don't worry, because he's planning on really milking that Kick Partner program money, and we'll see how far that really gets him, because he's living in an expensive-ass state. Now, he might have found a way to get some help from good old Uncle Sam, but $16 an hour playing Call of Duty to 200 viewers is not really going to work out for him. He's tried this multiple times in the past, but, he's focused on the future. He's focused on his health, guys. I know his entire foot is literally decaying and falling off, but he's making a turnaround this time.
Be honest, Kim was way hotter than Jill. Nice chest and body in general, plus great attitude. Do you miss Kim? You should have gotten her number.
You guys don't like Jill. That's fine. The thing that sucks though is that whenever I have people on stream, I want them to fucking let loose. But no one can ever let loose, dude. I will say this though. Most of the time when people are on a stream, half the chat loves them, half the chat hates them, right? Maybe because she's looking out for my best interest or whatever, and you guys in the chat doesn't want me to not be the best interest. She just wants me to be happy. And I don't know.
You know how I can tell you why I know he doesn't make that on a stream? Do you think if a guy was making that much money on a stream, he would be staying at shitty ass motels and fucking living the way he lives right now? So if he is, let's just say you're right. Well, that money's going somewhere else, and it ain't going to take care of his mom or even himself. So, I highly doubt that he's banging a 1K a stream, because I don't think he'd be finding himself in this type of predicament if he really was making that type of cash. Figured out. Probably Rock Diggler. We definitely think he's the honey bun guy. But anyways, you guys get my point. I thought it was pretty shitty to see that part, where he's there with his mom, Mama Blade. Oh, where am I at? Oh, there I am. Mama Blade, and then, still playing that victim card, still trying to, what's the word? Basically that one word where you try to make something seem good that's not, but you get my point. Yeah, if he's really making that much, I'm totally gonna get I'll get fucked up right now. And you know what? To the little jerks I've been timing out. Here's my thing. If you really want to come in here and talk shit, because you don't come into my chat to talk shit, you're just in here because we're covering Scribbles, and you know that you saw Yub Nubs in here, whatever. Okay. If you really want to talk shit, you can pay the money to talk shit. You're not gonna do it for free. That's for sure. So if you want to make your point clear to Yubnub, you can pay it through a super chat or a YouTube donation. Your choice. And I ain't taking anybody's side. Like I said, I don't care who's in my chat. I'll always protect my chatters. I don't care. You know, I'm pretty lenient on what you guys say in the chat, but I'm not going to let chatters attack other chatters. That goes for anybody else. You know what I mean? But I only seen one person doing it. And that's like I said, you really want to make your point, chat? You pay for that shit. Well, maybe that's why maybe it's going to his lawyer. I ain't playing jealous. I just don't believe it. You know what I mean? Does this guy make money? Sure. But I don't think it's even near what he claims or what that claim is. I really don't. There's a certain, I don't care how much of a bum you are. When you're making that type of money every other night or every night, you know, even if you're doing it 3 nights a week, $3,000 a week times 4, it's $12,000 a month, and you're bouncing around in Motel 6s with your poor mom. I can't believe that. And if that's the case, then he's a loser. You're spending that money on other things, going out to the casino or whatever the fuck he does. I don't know. All I know is what I see on you know, public information and the clips channels, you know, because I'm not going to sit there and watch the guy. That's for sure. Excuse me. Any other questions? I saw some people coming in about fucking Skimask Andy. We talked to him we covered him at the beginning of the stream. You can rewind if you want or catch it here once I end this stream as a VOD. But basically, I'll give you a quick summary. He's got a busy court schedule coming up starting tomorrow through the 3rd of September, where I think on the 3rd, they're going to take care of the majority. They're definitely taking care of the two applications to revoke cases, and they kind of bundled it in with the 3 misdemeanor charges he's facing. Then he's got a separate case for the felony assault and battery, which I believe is the first. That's an arraignment. So he's probably going to, I think he'll be sentenced obviously first for the cases he was already sentenced on, that they deferred the prison time and now they revoked that because he got in trouble again. And then I think for the new charges, that'll probably go on like another month maybe. Obviously on his end, and I would believe his public defender's end, they want to get through that as quick as can so they can get him sentenced and he starts his jail time if that's going to be what's going to happen. But I think the consensus through chat has been, and myself, that he's probably going to be facing anywhere between 1 to 2 years minimum. Yeah, I saw that. Anywho, any other questions, comments, concerns, complaints? I'll take a few of those. Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up, ladies and gents. Let's see, what did we end up? Oh, about half of y'all stayed. Thank y'all. Oh, yeah, I was going to show you my new little jar. Hold on. Now, see, I'm a little narcissistical, too. I wear my own shirts. At least I'll admit it. No, I'm just kidding. All right, here we go. Look at these bad boys. Yeah, they sell these little things. My friend says they sell them in 40s. I don't believe that, but I believe it, but that's got to be like a bigger jar. But you get one of these. This is 30% too, man. $20. That's what you pay for this. After my veterans discount, 15% off. $20 and you get 25 pack. Now, it was a lot fuller. I've smoked, I think, like 3 of the 25, so I'm down to 22. But yeah, man, you just reach in there and grab as many as you want, brother. Here you guys go. Hey, shit. And they're pretty big for little .5ers. It's good. It's good shit, man. Holy moly, it smells so good. But anyways, just want to share that with you. I wonder if Skimask could pack that with him. I like the dog walkers, man. I think it's just the perfect amount. Yeah, these are 0.5 grams. You get, which, they just break it down and you get 12.5 grams in this. That's not bad. $20 for 12.5 grams. It's good weed, Anywho. All right, my dudes. Thank you guys for being here this evening. Thank you guys, of course, for all your support. Big thank you to my mods. Thank you to the members of the jury. Thank you to everybody who just hangs out and chat. Like I said, if you enjoyed today's broadcast, a thumbs up would be much appreciated. And, I look forward to the next coming month. We've got a few big streams coming up. We've got Zozobra, Hatch Chili Festival. And then I think 1 month later, we head out to our East Coast IRL Road Tour, which should be pretty fun and interesting. I mean, I if you've watched my other tours, I like to do a lot of shit. I like to go out. I don't spend my time where I'm sleeping at. That's I did when I went to Bonnaroo. I did fucking 48 hours straight. Not streaming, but I was 2 days straight sober. All right. So I when I'm somewhere fun and I want to have fun and do it, we do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck around. So hell yeah, man. Well, hopefully if all goes well next year, I'll have some land purchase that I can, like, you guys know, if you guys have been following me for a while, my goal in my 40s now is to have my my animal rescue starting. At least the part, it could take, who knows, I hope it goes quick, but basically I'd like to, my goal by next year, end of next year, is to have the land purchased for said rescue, and then I can start building the following year. So yeah, and I'm going to share that with you guys. I mean, obviously, for me to, as much as I'm not a big fan of social media now, and that's hard to believe, but it's getting kind of boring now for me. I still have to be a part of it, especially when you work in rescue, because that's the way you get information out. That's how people know, what animals you have and what animals are available for rescue, and people, you know how it is on social media. I mean, as much as even as you don't want to use it, you kind of have to regardless. So I'm going to be definitely sharing that experience, which I think will be fun. And then next year, I'm going to be heading out to a lot of the festivals in California. So I think the direction, and then I'm going to end it, that I want to go with the channel is I'm going to start steering away from the court. I mean, I only got a couple people left that I need to finish up my court updates, and then I'm done. I'm washing my hands away from that shit. Okay. I had done that last year, and then I even kind of I had a lot of people still come on. So I tried it again, and no, that's all I needed, just to do a few other new court updates to just know that no, I don't want to do this anymore. Just know, I already knew there was dumb shits that existed in this world. Like, that's not new. That's been going around since the creation of man and woman. But I just didn't realize to the extent of how stupid and just, like I said, fucking retarded some of these people are. And I personally don't want to know about it anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I got a zillion other things to worry about in my personal life and what I want to do. You think I give a fuck about what Curry Boy Annie's fucking sent? You know what I mean? I'm going to finish just a few of these, what Skimask does in next year if he gets out. It's the same shit, right? Hopefully it ain't, but these people are all the same at the end of the day. They're all just trash. They're scammers. They're drug addicts, alcoholics. Nothing wrong with those people, but they mix all of them together, which creates just this mess of fucking stupidism. Okay? They don't care about each other. They're victim. They pretend to be victims. They pretend to be things they're not. Most of these people call themselves IRL streamers. I'm a YouTuber. Get the fuck out. The fuck you calling yourself? Not even, these people aren't even monetized. Like, this channel literally gets a check from YouTube and Google every month. Okay? This channel gets media credentials. This channel has been in fucking courtrooms recording these motherfuckers from 10 feet away. Okay? That's the channel. All right? I'm not trying to just make myself look like just zillion other them on YouTube. But just some fucking stupid shithead that turns on his Obama phone that he got for free, hooked up to his grandma or mama's Wi-Fi, fucking sitting there fucking screaming and yelling, and he's getting fucked up. You know, like I said, teach their own. If that's what you like, hey, go for it, man. I ain't bagging on you. But like I said, it ain't my cup of tea, and I don't want to know about these people. I already exposed them. I hope I showed to a lot of people that these people exist. Keep your head on a swivel, because occasionally they do come out of their basements. You know, they got to go get toilet paper every once in a while. I hope. So they do. You know, these cockroaches do sometimes come out in public. So I wanted people to know. We exposed a big network of pedophiles and chomos, IP2. You know, we've done a lot. So I just want to make it clear why I'm moving away from this shit is not because I don't love you guys. I love my audience, and I hope you guys follow me to the next thing, which I didn't even get to tell you yet. I'm going to be concentrating on doing festivals, like big raves and shit like that. So to give you an example, okay, next year my plan is to be attending Las Vegas EDM, or is it EDC? Yeah, Electric Daisy Carnival, Coachella, Electric Forest. They're not going to have Bonnaroo next year, unfortunately. They canceled it. But, you know, these are big, as many as the big ones as I can get, you know, and stream that. Because a lot of people seem to like the festival streams. I had fun with them, so that's what I'm going to be doing. So, yeah, and hopefully you guys will follow me into that. But don't worry, we're going to close down our cases. I'll get you the final information on the people that I've been covering on once we figure out if they've been sentenced. But after that, I can't wait to do my IRL road trip. Hopefully you guys follow me on that. Yeah, we have a good time. And then I move on with the content that I'm going to be doing. So, all right, love you guys. That's all I had for you. I don't want to talk your ear. I'm sure most of you think I'm some narcissistical piece of shit, and that's fine. Just talks about himself. But, hey, you know, I talk about other people for 45 minutes. I think I deserve to talk about myself for 10. Just kidding. All right, but in all seriousness, I appreciate the support. Appreciate the OGs. And we still have a lot of fun stuff coming up, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah, thank you guys for coming out tonight. And I think Zazobra, everything, I think the next 2 streams will be coming up, not this weekend coming up, but Labor Day weekend. Wait a minute. Yeah, Labor Day weekend. I thought for some reason this weekend coming up was Labor Day weekend. So in 2 weekends from now. All right, my friends. Have a good night. Take care. And don't forget, keep your head on a swivel. Check your... What did I always used to say? It's been a while, man. Keep your head on a swivel. Don't forget to love other people and be nice if you can. Self-love is okay as well, too. Oh, and check your 6. Always check that 6. All right, y'all. Have a good night. Take care. NJCourts is officially... Oh, and I'll leave you with a little, some little outro music. Let me get my... There we go.
Louis Theroux, Duke and Jones, jiggle jiggle. My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me want to dribble dribble, you know, riding in my Fiat. You really have to see it. 6'2" in a compact, no slack. But luckily the seats go back. I got a knack to relax in my mind, sipping some red wine. Shepherd's Bush, my compact push, Notting Hill Gate, my Fiat skate with a crate of Cabernet. But not today, because I gotta drive. I wanna stay alive, not cause it's illicit. Do I have to get explicit? As a matter of fact, I sip on the yak with Big and Reese, 200 diamonds in their piece. I'm trying to get mine so I can shine. Jiggle jiggle, I like to see you wiggle wiggle. Jiggle jiggle, I like to see you wiggle wiggle. My money don't jiggle jiggle, it folds. I like to see you wiggle wiggle, for sure. It makes me want to dribble dribble, you know, riding in my Fiat. You really have to see it. 6'2" in a compact, no slack. But luckily the seats go back. I got a knack to relax in my mind, sipping some red wine. I think that went really well, don't you? I enjoyed it. Nice being in the booth. So unless you have anything else, that's a wrap. Jiggle jiggle.